Hi Year 6. So we're just coming on to give you a little video to say how proud we are of all of the learning that you've done this term and the previous term that we ended up being learning from home. You've done a really, really good job, not just of trying to keep up with those tasks that we've been sending out each day, but keeping in contact with us. We've really loved hearing from you every day, loved seeing what you've been getting up to, seeing that you've been helping out at home. So yeah, it's really kept us going, and you should be incredibly proud of yourselves because we are proud of you.
Yeah, big well done Year 6. So it's half term next week, so you've got a week off. We won't be sending out any learning next week. You've got a chance to have a break. We'll be busy writing your reports for the end of year, which you'll still be getting in July. Coming back to school, there's several plans that have been set in place for Year 6 coming back. Mrs. Lang has sent your parents and your families a letter today, so make sure you check your emails. It's also on the school website, and there she's written about 4 pages full of information all about coming back to school. And it'll be all about what the classrooms look like. It'll be about, you know, how we're keeping things clean, how we're keeping you safe. She's got a really, really difficult job, Mrs. Lang, because she's been just left to be responsible for all of this, really. Boris Johnson has just sort of said, head teachers sort it out. So she's been working really, really hard on making sure that school is safe for you. And so have the teachers and other members of staff. So we've been into school. We've cleared out some of the classrooms. We have put your tables so that they're separated from each other. So you've each got a small table each. So there's 1 chair per table, and then you've got a little pot of resources that you will be using, and they'll just be your resources. So each day when you come in, there's that pot of resources on your table. That'll include things like a ruler, pencil, pen, sharpener, rubber, things like that. And they'll be yours to keep then for the duration of you being at school. Things like the playground is also being zoned off, so you'll have different zones that you can go into. Class sizes will be a little bit smaller, so there'll be about 12 of you in each class, with 1 teacher and then 1 teaching assistant each as well. And you stay in those groups through the whole day. I've had some questions from some of my children asking, will you still be able to speak to each other? And you will. There'll be things like assemblies done on Zoom calls, which will be a bit strange, but nice to be able to see everybody. We can also phone different classrooms from our computer, so you'll be able to see some of your classmates even though they're in a different room. But as the government have said, you're encouraged really not to go and speak to other people and stay in your little sort of bubble in your classroom. So it'll be a bit strange, but we'll try and make it as nice as possible and as welcoming as possible. And we'll be doing lots and lots of different things when you come back to school.
Yeah, so just another big well done from me, Year 6. You've done absolutely fantastic. So fingers crossed that everything does go well and that it is safe to come back on the 8th of June for you guys. Remember, that could change. It just purely depends on what happens over the next coming weeks. Again, I appreciate it's going to be difficult for you guys, like not potentially being with your friends that you were before. But another thing that we can do as a year group is Google Classroom will still be running. It's not going anywhere. So we can still speak to each other through Google Classroom. You can still speak to the adults that you've worked with this year through Google Classroom as well. So you won't miss out in that part. There will still be ways we can communicate with each other safely. But other than that, you've done an absolutely fantastic job these last few weeks, and you should be really proud of how you've adapted to it, because you have made our job a hell of a lot easier by approaching this the way you have. So well done. And regardless what happens, you are ready for secondary school. So well done.
All right, Year 6. Well, hopefully see you soon.
Bye.